Hello, my friends. Welcome to today's children's ministry video. I'm so glad you're here. So I want to start today's video with a question for you. Do you ever cry? I want you to pause this video and spend a couple minutes talking with your family about something that's made you cry. It could be a specific story or just something in general that you know makes you cry. So let's pause the video now and talk about that. So I wonder if you have ever cried because you fell down and hurt yourself. Or I wonder if you have ever cried when something made you really, really mad. I wonder if you've ever cried because something made you really, really happy. I wonder if you've ever cried because someone hurt your feelings. And I wonder if you've ever cried because something made you really sad. Or I wonder if you've ever cried because someone else was crying. I bet that everyone had something to share about a time they cried. And guess what? We see in the Bible that Jesus also cried. And today we're going to read one of the stories about a time where Jesus cried. So today's story is taken from the Jesus Calling Bible Storybook by Sarah Young. And it's called Lazarus is Raised from the Dead. And it's taken from the Gospel of John, chapter 11. One day, Mary and Martha's brother Lazarus got very sick. His sisters sent for Jesus, who was teaching in another village. But Jesus did not come to their house for 2 days. When Jesus arrived, Lazarus had already died. His sisters were really upset. "Where were you? We thought you loved Lazarus. If you had been here, you could have healed him." They cried, and Jesus cried too. So let's pause here and talk about this first part of the story. When Jesus got to Mary and Martha's house, they were so sad because their brother had died. And they were so upset with Jesus because they thought if he had come sooner, then he would not have died. Jesus could have healed him. But Jesus knew that there was a bigger plan. Jesus knew that God's plan was better, even if the waiting was hard and painful. And then Jesus was so moved when he saw his friends so sad. He felt sad because they were crying. And then Jesus cried too. Jesus cares about everything we experience and everything we feel. All the examples you gave earlier of times you've cried or of things that make you cry, Jesus cares about each of them. Whether it was a happy thing that made you cry or a sad thing that made you cry, he was with you when you were crying. So let's read the rest of this story and see what happens, because this story doesn't end with sad tears. "Have faith," Jesus told them. "Believe in me." The villagers gathered around Lazarus' tomb. "Open it up," Jesus said. "He died 4 days ago," Martha argued. "The smell will be terrible." "Open it," Jesus said. Then he prayed. "Thank you, Father, for answering my prayer. I know you answer prayer, but I want these people to believe that you sent me." Next, he shouted, "Lazarus, come out!" Slowly, Lazarus stumbled out of the grave, wrapped in linen like a mummy. "He's alive," the people gasped. "This man Jesus really is the Son of God." So here's our picture, Lazarus coming out of the grave. I bet that when Mary and Martha saw their brother, that their tears of sadness turned into tears of happiness and excitement. It would have been amazing if Jesus had come and healed Lazarus when he was sick. And people had seen Jesus do that before. But it was even more amazing to see Jesus bring him back from the dead. And because Jesus followed God's plan and waited, so many more people believed in Jesus and are living with him now forever in heaven. So I want you to take a few minutes with your family and pray together. And that'll close our time together. So you can spend some time praying about whatever is on your heart and mind. And remember that praying is just talking to Jesus and listening to Jesus. And remember that He cares about everything that's going on with you right now, everything happening in your heart and in your mind. So spend some time praying together about those things. And I'll see you again soon.